They say the most important thing about driving is reaching the destination. But these people don't just arrive. They conquer the elements in the only way they know how. When you become this good at something, you can do it with your eyes closed, or your car hood over the windscreen. If this is what cops in GTA 6 are gonna be like, then we're all in big trouble. Even the helicopters are drifting.
Driver, this is the LSPD. Pull over immediately.
It was at this moment
Wait a minute!
he didn't mess up. Anything you can do in a video game, the Russian military can do better in real life. When it comes to important meetings, your entrance is everything. Say no more. You're hired. Either he forgot how good driving doesn't just save lives, it saves jail time. Just in case you needed any more incentive to touch up on your parallel parking skills. So this is the driving alternative of when a fly goes into your mouth when cycling, except much worse. When you're this good at driving, a full rescue mission in the mud turns into an appointment at the car wash. These Google Maps shortcuts are getting out of hand. But it sure as hell makes the commute much more interesting. Attention all passengers, I'd like you to take this opportunity to give a little wave to the people in the building to your left. This guy drives better with his feet than most people do with their hands. Just look at him go. Better audition than this. His flying skills are off the rails. This is why it's always important to check the weather forecast before you decide to travel by car or by boat. Rich people have the ability to make every ordinary thing look super expensive. FYI, that's a $900 bottle of champagne. My toxic trait is me thinking I can do this on day one of flight school. Are you one of those people who hates waiting in queues? Well, apparently, so is this guy. When your cameraman has the reflexes to match your drift, maybe that Tesla was a little too close for comfort. When performing stunts like this, there are two possible outcomes. Content for YouTube. Drive until the wheels come off. Well, I bet you didn't know that sometimes means the steering wheel.
Anything like, oh my gosh.
Sure, regular limbo is impressive, but why don't we lower the stick and raise the stakes? This is what happens when you click same-day delivery at checkout. If the Polar Express remake was with a bus instead of a train, hell, even I'd buy a ticket. This pilot really just said, "See you on the flip side." If you thought TikTokers were the true masters of choreography, think again. Excuse me, sir. I don't think the self-driving feature is available on motorbikes yet. Or maybe it is, just as long as you're this live representation of the type of run-up I take to jump over a puddle. Red Bull gives you wings. And a head rush too, apparently. When your attempt is so good, you not only beat a record, but you momentarily fool us into thinking a snowmobile can fly. Where some see a perfectly dangerous jump, others see an opportunity to break even more safety protocols. If this is what an emergency landing without any wheels looks like, then I can't wait to see an easygoing regular one. The ability to be actively inactive. Who needs bike locks when you could just do this while resting? And now for some good old-fashioned tree trunk transportation. That's a thing, right? On the scale of tricky landings, this one has to be somewhere near the top. Anyone craving some jelly beans right now? With just the right amount of tunnel vision, you can perform an eye of the needle stunt like this. Turns out Santa has finally upgraded his sleigh. If he could decorate a tree this quickly, imagine how efficient his present deliveries will be. Let's just hope he knows how to use an indicator. Driving through Shrek's swamp is never a good idea. But if your buggy has the ability to turn into a submarine, then the only thing you need to worry about is how waterproof your iPhone is. They may be going to put out fires, but these skills on the road are pure flames. Yes, that's a giant tank charging towards them. And yes, it's gonna stop just in time. When it comes to trust exercises, that's a lot of trust. Here's a quick way to get out of a tight parking spot without having to move an inch an hour into a skip. This guy has perfected the art of balance so much that even tightropes envy his stability. This is impressive. But what's equally impressive is whoever had the patience to lay out all those cones. There are certainly better places to land than a busy motorway. But everything's a runway if you're skilled or crazy enough. Holy shit. So that's the Major Flinch version of flying, huh? When this happens by mistake, it's not fun. But if it's done on purpose, you have your very own iced donuts. Wait a minute. If this is what the police do in their free time, why don't they ever show off their skills on the job? Drifting usually leaves a cloud of smoke in its wake. But in this autumn edition, it's all leaves. This is what I imagine the eventual robot uprising to look like.